something happened, and I'm only going to say it because Archbishop Benson IDAHOSA is gone. And then, you know, years ago, this was from Duncan Williams himself. He said how that, I think it was Oral Roberts, I don't know, who came to Ghana and had a meeting, and while they were reporting the meeting, they made mistakes and they credited some of the churches that belonged to Bishop Duncan Williams to Oral Roberts. And when he heard it, he said no. He just tried to correct them sharply. And then when the report got to Oral Roberts, he said no, why should this guy be doing this? And then he called on Archbishop Benson in IDAHOSA and said, why is your son behaving like this? I mean, you taught this guy well, he should behave well. And then Bishop Benson IDAHOSA called him as his son to rebuke him. And he said, I will not come. Duncan Williams, in his own words, leave me alone, I will not come. You are not God. And he said, all right, from today, you're on your own. It didn't take 2 years. Everything was pursuing him, from government to demons to principalities, nature, men, everything. I mean it. He got to a point where he prayed, he fasted. No matter what you do, if it's in disobedience, you will have to go back to the protocol of God's ordinance. You're not going to quietly manipulate God in the secret place when you are living largely. No, it doesn't work that way. The prodigal son can ask for forgiveness while he's with the swine, but for restoration he must still meet his father. Listen carefully. And then he now called, and it was difficult to now reach Benson IDAHOSA. His life had been so shattered, he was a shadow of himself. And then he heard that Archbishop Benson IDAHOSA was in London, and he booked a flight quickly. When he got there, he lay down flat on the ground and held his legs and said, no matter what happens, you are still my father. And he said, look what has happened to my life. And he said, Bishop Benson IDAHOSA just looked at him, and after a while took a deep breath. And here's all he said: Satan, this is the business between me and my son. The legal access you have, it is me he has offended. Leave two of us together. You can now go. You will need to obtain forgiveness many times in your lifetime. You will need to give forgiveness. Listen to me. There are people here who it's as though you would rather die than to forgive your wife or your husband or your children. No. This child wasted my school fees. I wasted money paying school fees. I didn't eat well. I paid school fees, and look the kind of result he brought. Let me tell you this. One of the most powerful words for me in the Bible is the word again. Again is a powerful word. It's the clearest description of hope. And Adam knew his wife again. The prodigal son again. The Lord is speaking to you here. You're under the sound of my voice, piling up a list of people. For as long as you pin people down, you too, you will remain down. You cannot rise when you are pinning others down. Apostle, you don't know what they did to me. Apostle, forgive us our trespasses. There are pastors today who hate others, talk about others, tear down others. I don't care whether you are right or wrong. It says forgive us as we forgive. When it has to do with offense, he's saying everybody's in the same basket. It's often said that if you point one finger at someone, is it 2 or 3 now? I don't know how many. A number of your fingers are pointing back at you. That is so true. In fact, ethically, some of you here are HR specialists, you are consultants, and I think there is a conflict management principle that HR people teach, that if you want to report someone who is a staff in a company, before you say one thing that is wrong against that person, you must say 3 things you like. That means if you are coming to meet the HR or the boss, before you say this person, you are bad or he's a thief, if you cannot tell your boss 3 things about the person that is positive, he will send you away. He will say, complain the day you show me 3 other things that are good about the person. And they found out that it has improved the working relationship of many people within the company, because by the time you're researching and finding the things that are good, you will just see how minute that issue is, and you say, I forgive you. Use it for your company from tomorrow. Call them and tell them, I learned something. All of you come together. No more complain until it's ratio 3:1. Where sin abound, much more grace abound. So use that as a scriptural backing. Maintain an allowance for the humanity of men as you live in this world. Take away the godlike expectation that you have over men. Leave room. I remember one time someone called me. I got up, I think around maybe 2 or 3. I don't do much of sleep in the night, and I saw a text that was full of all kinds of things. You claim you're a man of God. I've been calling you. I was so tired, I was sleeping. This person insulted me and said, this, I'm calling you to pray. If my loved one dies, just know you killed my loved one. What is this now? I only slept. They say you pray in the night. Yes, it's true, but that day I was tired. Should I lie? I slept. Listen, it's good to expect so much, but you must have realistic, know the difference between realistic and unrealistic expectations. Are we together? There are people today who get angry at politicians. I gave you 50 names to give all of them a job. You only gave 5. What kind of person are you? Since I've tried my best, you are not the only one. Didn't I vote for you? Your vote is only 1. Be patient. What of business people? You must have a large heart. Please listen to me. The humanity of men is something you must factor in your heart. Otherwise, you will have heart attack every day of your life. Every day. Every day. I'm wrapping up. Let me give you a story. When I started ministry, I was so passionate about being in the good books of everybody. I'm a peace-loving person. I don't like trouble as you see me like this. If it takes me sleeping on the ground here for peace to reign, I will do it peacefully and quietly. People took advantage of me. People will sleep, they will wake up, stretch themselves, and now try to call me. If I'm not available, they will say, you said God told you, God sent you to us. I will feel so blackmailed. I was drained. Let me tell you how God delivered me. I entered a Catholic church and I looked at the crucifix, you know, the cross that they put there, and the Holy Spirit said, whose face is there? This is true. For the first time I realized I was not the one who died for the sins of people. Honestly, it just occurred to me that you can never truly satisfy everybody's needs. The goal is to be sincere and to do your best with the grace that God has given you, because the time it takes to appease another is the same time that allows to offend another. Can you come to my house? Okay, I'm coming. You went to this house. What of my own? Okay, don't worry, I will see what I can do. I would receive over 5 invitations for the same date, and they will forget to contact me and then remind me sometimes the morning of that meeting. I hope you are still coming. Our posters are out, and I'm saying, God, what am I doing now? And for some of them, the journey, there's no airport there, and then we're just starting. The resources to have the luxury to travel is not even there. Can you forgive? I went to preach somewhere When I started out in ministry, it was raining. I went through the rain. Do you know when I got to the church, they didn't keep a seat for me? I was a preacher. Yes, sir. They were acting drama, laughing around, jumping and playing. I fasted. I prepared a very serious sermon. I came to pray for people with all my heart. And here's what these people are doing. I stood at the door. They put umbrella. And then eventually they had to push some people. Please move, move. That's how they got a seat for me. And then they acted drama for over 1 hour plus. They were laughing. I said, what is going on here? Why did I accept this invitation? I'm not saying drama is wrong. And then when I got up, I had not even raised one song of worship. They just brought a paper and passed it. Sorry, time has gone, and you know, security. Can I just, maybe 15 minutes or so? I said, oh, no, come on, what is this? In the end of it, I still was happy. I said, Lord, I'm not going to allow offense or bitterness destroy and corrupt. Someone came here hungry to receive. Let me tell you this. One of the secrets of the anointing is not prayer and fasting. It's love and compassion. It's not enough to just want power. You must have a high level of forbearance. Some of the nastiest people in your life may be some of the most sincere people too. They are just people who do not know how to manage the emotions around their lives. You must obtain grace to forgive. There are some of you who need to forgive. Maybe your house helps. You are already planning that this week you are going to jail them. Take it easy. Take it easy. Give them a chance again. When I learned this in ministry, it gave me peace. There is absolutely nothing that surprises me today in ministry. No. My heart is prepared for anything. Anything. As I'm here, if I hear that the security people in my house have run away with my car, I'll say, okay, no problem, that's all right. God, thank you. It's your own. Police, I hand over the case to you. If you find the car, good. If you don't find it, that's all right. Please, I need peace in my life. Make up your mind that you are going to have peace. Let me tell you this. Do you know the highest index for measuring wealth is peace? Not progress. Peace. There are many people today. The names of people is what makes your blood pressure to be running up and down. You want to sleep, you just remember, oh, this senator, oh, this person, oh, this business person. Can you imagine how this person betrayed me? 5 billion gone like that. It's gone. But be patient. God can restore, but it's when you sleep and wake up, he restores. If you die, they bury you. Make up your mind. Great peace have them that trust or love the Lord. He said, in nothing. Listen, make up your mind that you will have peace in your life. Nobody will steal. Your peace is an asset. Don't trade it. Are we together? Peace. I was told of someone who died from April Fool. True story. This thing they do during April. No, you just come and lie, and they said something serious and he died of a heart attack. The person who was joking did not know what to do now. Forgive as you are forgiven. Our time is up.